So now let's talk about activating new energy advisors. Okay, let's talk about that because it's very important. The faster you can activate a new energy advisor, get them certified and get their website up and running, the faster they will be able to reach out to customers, let them know what's available, and get paid. Save those customers money and get paid. So it's very important. So if you have a team, and well, how do I find the people on my team who aren't certified? Well, it's very easy. You go into your advisor downline report. You click on the tools. I'm sorry, you click on the reporting tab, and then you go to advisor downline report. We call it the ADR for short. You leave all the states open. You don't select the states or the status. And then you can select dates of every customer that came in during a certain time period. So if you're looking to see, well, who came in during the TNT promotion? These are the newest people. Do they need to be certified? Let me find out. Put in the dates, 9/3 to 9/5. That's who came in during the TNT promotion. Now you can just leave that blank. It'll show you everybody on your team. And then you go over, oops, I hit the button. Then you go over to where it says energy certified. This drop down will say none. It'll say all. And if you hit the arrow button, it'll pop down and it'll show certified, not certified, or all. You want to switch it to not certified. Now it's going, and then all you have to do after that, forget about the certifications and all the other things, the background checks and the selecting the rank. You don't care about any of that. You just want to find out everybody on your team who's not certified, and then click the run button, and it will show you everyone on your team who is not certified. You can export that, you can print it, you can take a screenshot of it, and now you need to go remind those people how simple it is to get certified. Okay, send them a reminder. Say, hey, listen, you haven't been certified yet. You may have tried, I'm not sure. Here's how you do it. And then you can send them these screens that we have here, or you can just walk them through it, get them on the line. Let's get, and listen, we want to get you certified. This is what I do with people who aren't certified. I said, not sure if you know this or not. I like to start out with that. Hey, not sure if you know this or not. You signed up as an EA, but you didn't get certified in the back office. I'm not sure if you knew that or not. Maybe you were on our 535 fast start training, or you watched a video that talked about it, but for some reason, you just didn't do the certification. It only takes about 15 to 20 minutes to do it. Let's get you certified. Do you know how to get to your web office? And then just ask them. Start off with that. A lot of these people, and then say to them, the reason I'm calling you about getting you certified is I want to help you to help your network save money so that you can get paid. Okay, that's what it's all about. I'm here to help you get paid. Like, that's the mentality that you want to have. And then once you they're in their back office, they go once they're in the web office, they go to the energy certifications widget. It's right on their dashboard. They don't have to find it. They don't have to search for it. They just scroll down either on their phone or on their computer. They don't have to go anywhere except on the dashboard. They click on go to training right there. Then it pops up with a welcome to the training, to Thinkific training modules. Now, this requires them to use the same email that they use to sign up as an advisor, but it's not the same password. They need to create a new password for the training, for the certification training. So the easiest way to do it is to click on forgot password. It'll send them a link to set up to make a new password. And then they simply go back to the screen again, click on go to training, and they put in their email and that password, and boom, they'll now see this pop up on the screen. All the different certification courses, depending on what state, what they're looking to get certified for. Now, the first thing they need to do is just go and do the Think Energy Advisor certification. They don't worry about Illinois or Maryland or anything else. Go do that one first. Knock that out. Okay, now for the other certifications, and just to give you an idea, we get this question a lot. Do I need to be certified in order to enroll a new advisor on my team, to personally sponsor someone? No. You do not need to be certified to sponsor a new energy advisor. So if you have somebody that came to a meeting or a Zoom meeting, and one person came, prospect A, who invited prospect B, and they both want to get started, all you have to do is take 3 minutes, get prospect A signed up, and then go right to that prospect's enrollment site for a new advisor, and you can sign up prospect B. That you don't have to wait for certification. Okay, so we're not slowing anybody down ever in building their teams. Then certification is required to activate your customer enrollment site. So you have to do that Think Energy Advisor certification. In most states, just doing that will activate your site, right? You'll be activated. But in some states, in order to sign up customers, you're going to need to do a background check. Connecticut, Delaware, Illinois, and Maryland. They require a background check to be done. That's also in the back office, right on the web, right on the dashboard. It's in the web office, right on the dashboard. And finally, the state of Connecticut also requires that you attend a live Zoom certification training. You don't have to take a quiz. It's just that 30-minute training. It's on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern. You can find that at thinksuccess.plus. So that's how you encourage someone to get certified, walk them through it. You know, one of the things that we also want to talk about is customer gathering and getting paid. Once they're certified, now it's all about let's get them some customers and get them paid. So the first thing you need to do, and you would even do this would actually be before you, got to the certification with them, but you want to make sure and ask every new advisor on your team, when you're talking to them, if they're not certified, did you get the new advisor fast start guide? Okay, and if they didn't get it, download it yourself and email it to them. It's right on the link that you see there on the screen, which is our Google Drive. This is going to very soon be appearing in our BAM app. I just got word that Kelly Broughton is working on getting some of those things updated so that we can make this even more simple for people, right? So get them the new advisor fast start guide. And make sure they have a copy of it. Tell them to print it up so they can go through it. I mean, if they don't have a printer, great. They can go through it electronically on their screen. It's always there. Make sure you encourage them to do the customer acquisition training that Ed Kenny put together on our YouTube channel. youtube.com/@thinkbiggest. I've had people ask about this. Can you put it on the Vimeo channel? We are working on that now. We are switching a lot over to Vimeo, so you'll start to see that happen, but we will move that customer acquisition training also. We'll duplicate it on the Vimeo side so you can watch it with no commercials, no ads. All right, so that'll happen soon. Gather your first 5 customers in 24 to 48 hours and earn a minimum of $100, up to $1,250 with our promotions that are in place right now. So I like to tell people, become your own first customer. That's where you start. And then tell them to make a short list of people you know, love, and trust. Okay, people that you think would not, like low-hanging fruit. The people who you kind of know, even though you're not prejudging anyone. Okay? If you're talking about someone who's no longer looking for money, they're retired, they're not looking to do any more work, they're happy with their life, like for me, it was my Aunt Dorothy, my grand Aunt Dorothy. I knew she wasn't looking to start a business, so I asked her to become my customer. And I started with her. I started with people that were easy to have come aboard, like my mom, my dad, my sisters, my neighbors, people I do business with. You just make a short list of those people. Who are you going to talk to first that will support your business? I jokingly say this. I said to somebody the other day, I said, hey, have you ever done a favor for anybody? And they said, oh yeah. I said, anybody owe you a favor back? He said, oh yeah. He said, all of my siblings owe me favors because they come to me whenever they need something and I always give it to them. And a lot of my friends, I don't keep track of it. I just do it for people, and they know I'll help them because I want to help them. I said, great. I said, now it's time to call in those favors. You're going to ask all of them, and you're going to point out, like I said, so which one of your siblings, what did you do for them? He said, well, one of my siblings, I did a favor for them. They asked me if they could borrow $500. And so I did. I said, great, time to call in that favor. And make a point of that. Hey, remember how I loaned you that $500? Or remember when I came over and helped you all day, doing that project around your house and just helped, remember when I dropped off something that you needed to borrow, some tools or something, some tables for an event? Remember that? Hey, listen, I need you to do me a favor now. Okay? It's not hard to do. Some people say, well, I'm not in the habit of asking for a favor. Well, get in the habit of asking for a favor. Okay? Especially if you're the one doling out the favors. So, hey, I need a favor. I remember I called up my father, because when I said to my dad, I said, "Hey, Dad, I need a favor," and he said, "What do you need? You need money, or you need me to do something for you?" And ever since that time, I started saying that up front with everybody that I talked to about a favor. I would say, "Hey, listen, I need to ask you a favor, but here's the thing: I don't need any of your money, and I don't need any of your time." And then they go, "Oh, well, what do you need?" Well, I'm glad you asked. If I can save you a little bit of money, and it's not going to cost you anything, but it would be really important to me because I'm looking to pay for my kids' college fund. I'm looking to get out of debt. I'm looking to make sure I stay up on my mortgage so I don't lose my house. Whatever it is, would you try out my service? Would you support my business? Go grab a copy of your bill. That's all you're doing. In Texas, with the rate plans and the Think Smart, where it's guaranteed savings, this is easy. Let me do a savings analysis for you. And here's a great way to do it too. Teach your new advisors, like get this to your new advisors. Okay, I like to read this to a new advisor. I'll take this slide. I can't tell you how many times I've taken this slide with a brand new advisor who hasn't gotten any customers, even if they weren't my personal customer. I mean, my personally sponsored advisor. They're anywhere on the team. And I ask them, "Hey, have you gotten your customers in? Have you gotten certified?" Yeah. "Have you gotten any customers?" "I haven't had any customers yet." "Okay, well, what are you saying? Have you done the training?" And they go, "No, I didn't have a chance to do the training yet." "Well, great. Want me to tell you how easy it is to ask somebody to be your customer?" And then I read one of these to them. And I said this to somebody the other day. This is a person who'd been in the business for like 48 days, I think it was. And they did this certification, did all the things they needed to do. And I'd seen them on some trainings, and I was like, I looked them up, and I was like, "Hey, you don't have any customers?" I called them up. I said, "Hey, let me ask you something. You live in the area, do you have your own electric bill? You're in the service area." And they said, "No, I don't. It's my roommate's bill. It's not mine. But you're paying on the bill." They say, "Yeah, I pay for half of the bill." I said, "Well, let me ask you something. Does your roommate own the electricity company that they have for their, electric supplier?" And they laughed. They're like, "No." I said, "Okay, so you're paying half the bill and you're in this business now. That would actually be a requirement. Like, hey, I'm in this business now. I can lower our bill. I'm paying half of the bill, so we're going to move this bill over." They were just like they were too timid to go to their roommate. I was like, "Well, you have to go to your roommate now." And so they said, "Well, what do you say?" I said, "Well, say this one." And I read this to them because doing the favor, this doesn't apply here. It's your own, you're paying part of the bill. So you say, "Hey, roommate, I'm not sure if you heard or you were noticing, but I just finished my training course and I'm now a certified energy advisor. And I'm authorized in the state of Pennsylvania to save us, me and you, money on our electric bill. So the bill's under your name. Go grab a copy of the bill. I want to see how much money we're going to save ourselves." That's all you have to do. It's as simple as that. And if you think about it, when you say to somebody, if you went to anybody, I mean, this is almost like you're nicing people, you're nicing them into saying yes. Like you're being so nice and being not so pushy and aggressive that if they were to not do this for you, it would be like wrong. They would be actually in the wrong and they would be thinking about, maybe I'm wrong about this. Because if you said to your neighbor or your friend or your coworker, "I'm not sure if you heard, but I just finished my training course and I'm now a certified energy advisor and I'm authorized in the state of Illinois to save people money on their electric bill, including you. Would you let me do a free analysis for you?" See, would you let me do a free analysis for you to see if I can save you some money? It would really mean a lot to me with my new position. And of course, I wouldn't ever ask you to sign up unless I could actually save you some money. So go grab a copy of your bill and let's see what we can do for you. You guys, if you say that to someone and they don't do it, I mean, they're kind of being a jerk in a way. And if they are, then just go to somebody else. But I mean, it would mean a lot to my new position. Would you let me do a free analysis to see if I can save you some money? You're not asking them to sign up. You're asking them if I can do a free analysis to save you some money. gathering autosave customers in Illinois, Ohio, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and DC. You just tell them electricity rates are skyrocketing. We have an article that says energy rates in these states are at an all-time high, and they're going up another 20% in 2026 and 2027. We have that article. So use the article. Love it. I mean, some people are laminating this article and they're showing it to people like, look at this, or they're texting it to them. They're taking screenshots of it and they're sharing it through their BAM app. Okay, it's not the old way. I have a brand new way to save you money. Not the old way. Not the old way like sign up for 6 months and then you forget to renew and all of a sudden you're paying 3 times as much because they jacked up the rate because you forgot. Not that. Okay? We have something way better. You're going to love it. We've solved the whole situation. That whole issue is all gone just with us. No one else in America has this program. Show them the autosave 1-minute video and then use those 4 bullet points, which I'll show you in a sec. And if you don't get the desired result after you talk to one person, stop. Get help from your team. Call your sponsor. Call your sponsor's sponsor. Call someone who's already gotten customers. They know exactly how to help you on this. This is not a secret, right? We get paid to tell you the secret here. All right. So we're not in this. Somebody the other day told me, well, why would you help me? Aren't you like trying to compete with me? I'm like, we're not competing with anybody here except ourselves. That's it. You're in competition with yourself. In fact, we get paid to like help you be better than us. Like our business, we get paid to help you get even more customers than we get, to be more of a star than we are. We get you to flourish more than we do. We get you to be we get paid to help you get recognized more than we get recognized. That's what this is about. Okay, we get paid to help you. So get help. And then focus on those 4 bullet points. Whenever somebody says anything about autosave, well, I'm not really sure. What's the rate? We don't have a rate for autosave. It's a personalized rate. Guaranteed savings when your supply is with Think Energy. Guaranteed to never pay more than the utility. Not like those other companies that are out there where they sign you up on a teaser rate and then they jack up the rate. Nope. You're never, ever going to pay more than the utility. And in fact, after you become my customer and you see how satisfied you are with this service, when someone comes to you and says, I've got an offer for you, you better be asking them, well, is it guaranteed to never be more than the utility? And is the rate always that you have with me when I'm with you, is it always going to be 100% below the utility all the time? Like guaranteed every single minute, when I'm with you as the supplier, is it going to be guaranteed savings versus the utility? That's 100% guarantee on that. Just like it's 100% guarantee you're never going to pay more than the utility. So you have to be focused on these bullet points. No renewals. Guaranteed. You never need to renew. In fact, we're going to keep working for you until you cancel. Until you cancel. And you can cancel anytime because there's no fees. Guaranteed. It's crazy, right? And nothing's going to change on your utility bill if you're new with us. And I know we have a lot of new people here. They don't know how energy deregulation works. They're 18 years old and they just signed up. They've never had an electric bill before. They didn't know, 20 years ago, deregulation happened and you have a choice to choose a supplier on your electric bill. They have no idea what that is. They're 18. Okay, they don't know until they get their own electric bill. Right? So there's new people that are listening to this right now that are going to say, I understand, brand new to this. I'm a brand new, adult. Okay, so for customers that are out, you pay the same bill you owe. And whenever your supplier, here's your rate. Saying your local utility company's default rate. Instead of getting the default rate, you get a better rate with Think Energy. That's how it works. 100% of electricity customers that you contact, that you prospects for electricity customers, going to get every single one of them. You just have to be patient and understand how the market works. So what we do in the state of Texas is we just ask people, Send me a copy of your bill so I can do a savings analysis for you. And if they won't send you the bill, I would restate it again. I'd say, listen, just send me a copy of your bill so I can do a savings analysis for you, but I don't need the whole bill. I don't care if you're behind on payments or have payment arrangements or you have a shut-off notice. I don't care about any of that. Just send me the part of your bill that has the rates on it that you're paying, like that, just for the last month. Don't show me the month, what's left over from the previous month. I don't need any of that. And you'll get what you're looking for. You look for the average price paid for electricity on the bill. By law, it has to say that on the bill. This average price includes the base charge. It includes the energy charge per kilowatt hour, which a lot of people think that's what their rate is. It's not. Their rate, that's just one part of their rate. And it includes the TDU, the transmission and delivery charges, which is a per kilowatt hour plus a flat fee included. It does not include taxes. So if you're comparing just the energy charge per kilowatt hour to the Think Energy rate that you find on your website, that's not accurate. It's not accurate. You're not comparing apples to apples. Our rate is the all-in rate. It includes the base charge, the energy charge, and the TDU, and that's divided by the kilowatt hours. It's not just the energy charge divided by the kilowatt hours. A lot of people make that mistake. This is why we're advisors. We're advising people. I'll prove it. This customer right here, when they sent their bill over to one of our advisors in Texas, they actually sent it over to the person in Texas and said, my rate is 14 cents. That's my rate on my electricity. And the person said, great, send me a copy of your bill and I'll do an analysis for you to see what I can do for you. They sent him this bill. Turns out their rate wasn't 14 cents. That's what they thought it was, but that was just their energy charge. It was actually 19.64 cents. And you can utilize the formula. You don't have to do this. I mean, you don't have to know how to calculate this. The state does it. It has to be on the bill by law. It has to say the average price you paid for electricity this month is, and then the number, and that's the number you compare to our rate. Okay, so that's when you add up those numbers and you divide by the kilowatt hours, boom, it is. It's 19.64 cents per kilowatt hour. So this person said when we did our rate was like 12.5 cents at that time. So this customer was like, well, my rate's 14, you're 12.5. It's not really worth it for me to switch. It's not that much of a difference, right? And they said, and I have an early termination fee with my other company, so, it may not be worth it for me to do that. So this advisor said, well, actually, your rate, when I just told you our rate is 12.5 cents, you're actually paying 19.64 cents. It's right on your bill. The rate that you said, 14 cents in the big letters, that's just your energy charges. If you want to compare our energy charge is only 7.5 cents. So you're actually paying double what we have for your energy charge. But with our all-in rate at 12.5 cents compared to 19 cents, I'm going to save you 38% or so on your electric bill. Is that worth switching? And they were like, yeah, that's a lot. 38%. Wow. Off of 38% off of a, $373 electric bill. Wow. That's amazing. Or $400 and something electric bill. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm in. Then you type in the zip code. Once you've got the bill and you know what their rate is, yeah, go to the zip code, put in their zip code and see what we offer them. And, residential and small commercial customers that are up to 500,000 kilowatt hours per year can just sign up. Especially in the state of Texas, you can just sign them up. They can go on to that plan, even if they're a small commercial customer, because our residential and small commercial customer rate is the same. So you go to your get.thinkenergy.com/your username. That's your enrollment site. If you don't know that, that's what it is. You just have to know your username that you signed up with. And you'll see what the rates are. And for customers that are larger than 500,000 kilowatt hours a year, especially in Texas, or any of our markets, you can go into the commercial lead form in your web office. It's right on your dashboard. You just click on commercial form. You type in the information of the customer, and if you have a copy of their bill, upload it. If not, no big deal, but it'll help. And then our inside sales, our commercial team will contact that customer and give them specialized pricing if it's available. So what I will say is that if they're larger than 500,000 kilowatt hours, or if they're a small commercial customer that has multiple accounts, and maybe they're smaller, a lot smaller than 500,000 kilowatt hours, but they're in like multiple states or multiple utilities within one state, like it's a franchise, maybe then, yeah, you definitely want to put that one in as well for a potential customized rate for those customers. Or you can just sign them up on the regular rate that we have. But for some customers, if you're in a competitive situation and they're looking for specialized pricing and because they're working with a broker or something like that, great. Get in the mix and see what we can do. Guys, that's how it works. And with community solar, it's even easier. I mean, hey, dad, hey, neighbor, hey, cousin, are you getting your state-sponsored benefit? You guys realize this is a state-sponsored benefit. It's not a state-funded benefit. It's a state-sponsored benefit. Okay? It's not a state benefit, it's a state-sponsored benefit because the state passed a law to allow community solar, which entitles every person in that state to then raise their hand and sign up for community solar. No, nothing to buy, nothing to install, and get a discount on their electric bill just because they're supporting the clean energy initiative in their state. So are you getting your state-sponsored benefit that lowers your electric bill by up to 25% every month for 20 years? And then stop. Are you getting that? And they'll be like, what are you talking about? Oh my gosh, you don't know? You're still paying full price, full retail price on your electric bill? Are you insane? Go grab a copy of your bill. Let's see what you qualify for and let's get you signed up. It only takes a minute, but let's see what you qualify for. And have them send you a copy of their bill. And then, of course, asking everyone that you do business with, do you do business with people who do business with you? And if they say no, go find somebody else to do business with in that same category. Go find a new barber, go find a new plumber, go find a new car salesperson that sold you your car. Okay, you're supporting their livelihood. Go find a new hairstylist, a new barber, a new nail salon. Go find a new restaurant to buy pizza from because you're supporting their livelihood for money out of your hard-earned money to help them succeed in their lives and their families for their dreams and desires and goals and aspirations. And they won't support your business for nothing. Like I said, unless their best friend owns the electric company, they need to do you the favor. And after people agree to become your customer, you should just ask them, every one of them. See how easy that was? Do you think you could do what I just did? And if they say, yeah, I could do what you did, then now you're talking about a potential advisor and you need to move on from there. Last thing I'll cover, and then we'll get to some Q&A if you have any. Weekly, when do we get paid? We get paid weekly. So any customer, these are customers after pending status. So our week goes Saturday through Friday. So on Friday, anything that happens during that week, customers that reach pending status, they get paid 7 days later. Okay. Now, the first time you get paid, there's going to be a little bit of a delay. Just to give you an idea, the first time you get paid, there's some extra days in there. And then once you set up your Pay Quicker wallet, which is where you get paid, so you can send it to your bank account from there, then it'll be very quickly every Friday. All right. So there's a little bit of a delay, in the first time you get paid, just to give you an idea, just so you're prepared for that. And then monthly, we get paid monthly, our residuals and our rank advancement bonuses. They get paid on the third Friday of the following month. So everybody in September that pays their electric bill, that's in your personal customers and your team customers that you override, they pay their electric bills this month. Great. You get paid the residual the third Friday of October because we're in September. You rank advance this month. You'll get paid the third Friday the following month. That's how it works, everybody.